Okay, let's talk about AI. Artificial intelligence. It feels like it's absolutely everywhere, right? Promising to change, well, everything. Our lives, our jobs, the entire world. But how much of that is real and how much is just noise? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut through the hype and get to what's actually going on. You've heard these massive promises, I'm sure. These really grandiose claims that AI is basically a magic wand for humanity's biggest problems. From climate change to curing diseases. And that is the core question we are tackling today. How do you and I separate the genuine breakthroughs from what's just brilliant and often pretty misleading marketing? All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with what's called the AI snake oil problem. Then we'll look at who's actually fueling all the hype. After that, we'll break down the two main types of AI, see how it's already affecting your social media feed, learn how you can spot the hype for yourself, and then we'll wrap it all up with a more pragmatic view of it all. So first up, the AI snake oil problem. This is really about getting a handle on the constant buzz and, of course, the backlash that always follows that surrounds this technology. So what exactly is AI snake oil? Well, think of it like the modern version of those old-timey miracle cures. It's when AI's abilities get way overblown to get funding, to grab headlines, or, just to cash in on the tech frenzy. It's all promise, not a lot of proof. But who is actually behind all this? Let's jump to our next section and look at the powerful forces that are shaping the whole AI story that we all hear every day. This table really breaks down the whole hype machine perfectly. You see these roles play out all the time. First, an entrepreneur makes some huge statement about how AI is going to solve world hunger. They need that next round of funding, right? Then the media jumps on it, chasing clicks with a crazy headline like, "Is AI going to make farmers obsolete?" And the investors? They take that story and market AI as this silver bullet for our broken food supply chain, hoping for a massive payday. Each one has their own motive, but when you put them all together, you get this perfect storm of hype. Okay, to really understand what's going on, we have to get that not all AI is created equal. It is absolutely crucial to know the difference between the two main types, predictive and generative AI, because they are two very different tools with two very different realities. And you know what? The difference is actually pretty straightforward. Predictive AI, that's on the left, looks at a ton of past data to try and forecast what's going to happen next, kind of like a super advanced weather forecaster. Generative AI, over on the right, it actually creates brand new things like text or images or even computer code by learning from all the existing data it's been shown. The hype around predictive AI is just huge. I mean, it's sold as a total game changer for HR, helping screen candidates. In criminal justice, it's supposed to predict where crime will happen. And in healthcare, it promises to forecast patient outcomes. The vision, right, is this super efficient, data-driven world. But here comes the reality check. See, because these systems learn from our past data, they can just end up copying our old biases. Their accuracy can be really shaky in high-stakes situations. Plus, they can have these weird technical flaws like data leakage, which is basically when the AI kind of gets a peek at the answer key, making it seem way more accurate than it really is. So the bottom line is they are far from perfect. And this isn't just a theory. Take this example. It's a perfect illustration. Back in 2018, Amazon had to completely scrap its recruiting AI. Why? Because it was trained on a decade of old resumes, which happened to be mostly for men. So the AI literally taught itself to penalize any resume that had the word women's in it, like captain of the women's chess club. It's a textbook case of an AI just repeating the biases it found in its training data. Okay, now for generative AI. This is the stuff that has really captured everyone's imagination. We're talking about ChatGPT writing essays, DALL-E making these incredible images from just a sentence, and tools like GitHub Copilot that actually help programmers write code. The capabilities are, you have to admit, seriously impressive. But, and there's always a but, there are major limitations here too. Generative AI is basically a super sophisticated remix artist. It's not creating from scratch, it's just rearranging and combining things it's already seen. It can totally fail if you give it vague instructions, and maybe most worryingly, it can produce things that are harmful, biased, or just plain wrong. And all of this brings us to the ultimate hype, AGI, or Artificial General Intelligence. This is that sci-fi idea of an AI that could think and reason better than a human. And while it makes for a great movie, it is so important to understand that AGI is still just a theory. We are nowhere close to actually building.
So let's shift gears and look at how this technology is hitting us every single day. We're talking about algorithms and your attention, specifically how AI is quietly shaping what you see on social media.
So here's how it works. The algorithms on social media are designed to do one thing: keep you engaged. So they push content that gets a big reaction: likes, shares, angry comments. And the unfortunate result of that? Well, stuff that's emotionally charged, sensational, and often just false gets boosted, trapping all of us in these filter bubbles that can really fuel division. And this creates a huge challenge for content moderation. I mean, sure, AI can scan for bad stuff really fast, but it has no nuance. It doesn't get satire or cultural context. Humans, on the other hand, bring empathy and judgment to the table. Relying only on AI for this stuff, it's a really risky game.
Okay, so with all that in mind, how can you become a smarter, more critical consumer of all the AI news and products out there? Let's get into your personal guide for spotting the hype.
Here's a simple 4-step reality check you can use. First, verify the claims. Don't just take their word for it. Look for independent proof. Second, if you can, test the tools yourself. Third, talk to actual experts in that field. A doctor is going to know more about a medical AI than a tech CEO. And finally, always understand the human element, the biases and the money that are driving the technology. Which brings us to our final section, taking a pragmatic view of AI. This is all about moving beyond the crazy extremes. The whole it's either a utopia or a doomsday narrative. So, the most crucial point, the single biggest thing to take away from all this is actually really simple. AI is not magic. It's a tool, a very powerful one for sure, but at the end of the day, it's still just a tool. And just like any powerful tool, it needs to be handled carefully. So the path forward means we have to acknowledge both its incredible potential and its very real risks. It means we need to demand thoughtful regulations and ethical guardrails. And it means we have to accept that bringing AI into our society is going to be a long, gradual process that needs our constant attention.
Which leaves us with one final and pretty critical question to think about. As this powerful tool continues to reshape our world, who exactly should be responsible for building and maintaining its guardrails?